Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I've got a real powerful message today. The angels have given me some channel songs, I've got some channel messages, and at the end we're going to use my cards. I'm going to use all 4 decks of my cards today, the masculine and feminine messages of love, to really get a channel message going between the two of you. We're going to use the Divine Timing deck as a tarot deck to see what's going on, and we're going to use the Divine Feminine Power messages to get an overall feel of the energy. But first I want to talk to you guys about Frozen 2. Now, we're always receiving signs from the things that we see, the way that we feel, the way our energy changes when we see certain things. And this is also in shows and films and things you see on YouTube, things that pop up on your feed or Facebook or Instagram. And this is the universe's way of speaking to you. And you know it's a real sign or real guidance that you need to hear when you feel it, you know, because everything you feel is real. And when something really resonates with you, you feel it. And that's how I feel a message that's for everyone. You know, not just kind of a message for me, but for the collective. And last night, me and George decided to watch Frozen 2. Now, it's the first time we've watched it, okay? I don't know why we haven't watched it before, but it was the first time. And, you know, I was excited to watch it because a few of you have been telling me there's some great signs in there. And I was excited, and wow, it blew my mind. And, you know, what I've done is I've printed off the lyrics, as I always do, of some of the songs in there. So we're going to go through it, and this will really shed light on the situation and why things happen the way they do. So I've got 4 songs from that film to talk about. Now, one of the most powerful things I noticed in that was the spiritual meaning behind it all. So it doesn't really matter about, you know, the character's kind of connection with any of the other characters. It's the message behind the song and the message behind, or the spiritual meaning behind the sign. You know, the feeling that I received when I was listening to this. And if you've seen it, you know, I'm sure you got this too. May have given you a little lump in the throat, you know, maybe a few tears, or maybe you're trying to hold them back a little bit because of the power. And, you know, one of the great things in that film is Olaf is talking to Anna about, you know, growing older and about becoming more mature, because obviously he's been a snowman for a while now and he's trying to understand how it all works. And, you know, that's what we do on our spiritual journey. We try and understand how things work and how things tick. And he was talking about things not being permanent. And, you know, he was saying to Anna, like, doesn't it make you afraid that nothing's permanent? And then he said, one thing is permanent, and that's love. And I was like, wow, Olaf with the wisdom there. Because love is permanent. And you can't lose love. You can't lose love no matter how far away it is, no matter what realm it's on, because love is permanent. And love is real. And love is the power of everything in this universe. Love makes you feel good. Love can make you feel bad. But love is about growth and healing and learning and power. And that's the message of Frozen 2. So I'm going to start with a song by Anna. Oh no, let me get the right one, okay? The right song here, because the song here, this is the one by Anna. And, you know, this is Kristen Bell. And all these songs I'm going to be talking about today, I've put the links in the description box below. So, you know, you can go and listen to these for yourself if you haven't seen the film. Or if you have seen the film, go and listen again, because, you know, it will hit you in the feels. And that's what happened here. So the first one I want to talk about is Kristen Bell, who is Anna. And she was singing a song called The Next Right Thing. And she was talking about this first, or, you know, the trolls with like the wisdom, aren't they? The little kind of stone kind of trolls, you know, that have brought Kristoff up, you know, with Sven the reindeer. And obviously there's a lot of reindeer in this film too, which is a real symbol of the stag. You know, and there was many reindeer in this film. So, you know, the stags coming together. And I noticed as well there was also brown reindeer and white reindeer, which symbolised the brown stag and, you know, the white stag, which is the promise of union, and the promise of mission. And it's super powerful. And one of our soul family, Tom, actually commented that he'd seen a white stag and the number 22. And if you've seen those two combinations together, it's a huge sign for 2022, because this is the year of reunion, and that's going to be the year of mission. And remember, between 2020, which we've just been through, that powerful year of change and all the craziness that come with it, and 2024, this is when twins all over the world are coming into union, because this is when we're moving into this golden age, a fresh start, a new beginning, where we are here to heal the world and focus on love, to raise the vibration of the planet to focus on love. So the next right thing is really a message from the universe about what we need to do the next right thing, no matter how bad things get. And Anna's singing about separation, and the masculines go through this too, but I really tapped in with the energy of the divine feminine when she was singing this song, how it feels when we go through separation, the darkness that kind of takes over, and it makes us feel all kinds of crazy ways. And if you want to know more about separation and how it heals, if you go to the playlist section, there's a Separation Heal series and the Find the Way to Union series. And I'm doing the Divine Masculine series right now that explains what they go through during separation and in their time of healing, which is their dark night of the soul. Whereas the Divine Feminine, we also go through the dark night of the soul, and it's usually when we go into separation, because it's that fear of letting go, or, the fear of not being in control. We have no control over it, especially when our twin flame is blocking us or ghosting us, and no matter what we do, we can't seem to get through. And this is what this song is all about. So he says, I've seen dark before, but not like this. So you will have been through many dark times in your life, but not like this. And it doesn't matter what type of things you've gone through. You may have gone through grief. Someone in your family that you love may have passed over. You may have dealt with a really bad relationship or really bad childhood things, or, all kinds of things, addiction, anything you've been through. It's been dark, but it's nothing like this. Separation or the pain when you're not with your twin is unlike anything else. That's why it's this powerful divine connection that can't be denied. That's why you can't move on, you can't let go, no matter how hard you try, because it's unlike anything you've ever felt. And it's really powerful because, I'm recording the DM series a few videos at a time. So obviously I recorded that one a few days ago that I've posted today, day 14. And it's powerful how everything resonates, because that day is about the masculines realising how real it is. That it's powerful, that it's real, that it's meant to be. They can't deny the connection. And that's really what this is. It's so powerful, this love, that it can't be denied. This is cold, this is empty, this is norm. This is what she says. So this is how it feels. It feels like you're cold. It's like how you feel when the sun goes away. You're sitting in the sun and it's all nice and warm and it feels great. And then the sun goes behind a cloud and, those goose pimple feelings come, and it's not very nice at all. And that's the way it feels when the masculine kind of blocks you or ignores you, or you go into separation, or you can feel things shifting. So you feel this darkness, and this is cold, this is empty. So you feel empty as well, like something's missing. And this is numb. So it's like everything's numb, nothing matters. And we learn through our higher self how to overcome this. But this is the feelings we go through, and we've all experienced this. Whether it's been with our twin flame or a catalyst to union, we've all experienced the feelings. The life I knew is over, the lights are out. So when you're with your twin, it feels so good and amazing. And then when they go away from you, it feels like life is over and the lights are out. So it feels like somebody's turned all the lights out. And you're like, what do I do now? What is next for me? It's the fear of the unknown. It's all crazy and scary, and the ego comes in that brings in the fear which remember is illusion. Hello darkness, I'm ready to succumb. Hello darkness. And there's a song called Hello Darkness out there. You know, is there anybody out there, the angels are saying. So when the darkness comes, that's when we start asking the question, is there anybody out there? So this is when we start tuning into who we are. We start asking for help because we have to find a way out of this darkness. And that's usually the time we find the right guidance, or we're guided to a channel or videos or information about what the twin flame journey is. You know, sometimes we find out before we go into separation, or we know anyway, because we always know within ourselves the truth. But this is when we start seeking answers, because we don't understand why, if our twin flame loves us as much as we feel and know that they do, and, you know, other people say they do, when you're listening to readings and whatnot, you realise how could they do what they do if they love me that way? So you start seeking answers. So you succumb. I'm ready to succumb, which means you let go. And it's even more powerful because obviously in Frozen 1, it was about let it go. You know, and I thought nothing could top that song, but, you know, then they come in again with all these powerful messages. It's really beautiful. I follow you around, I always have. So this is also about how the feminine follows the masculine around like the chaser. You know, and the masculine runs away like, you know, they kind of run, the runner. So this is the dynamic of the runner-chaser of the twin flame dynamic, you know. And it's about you running after them. I follow you around. I always have. So it's like you know that they are the one. You know, following you around is not kind of a weakness. It's because you understand the power of the love. So it's saying, I follow you around, I always have, but you've gone to a place I cannot find. Because the masculines block you, ghost you, ignore you, run away and hide away. Because they don't want to be found at that moment. They don't want to be communicated with at that moment because they have work to do, processing to do, to work everything out. And I talk about that in the separation videos. You know, there's plenty of videos in the playlist you can go and watch about this, what they go through. There's a great one in the Twin Flames Everything You Need to Know playlist about, you know, their journey to union. So this is powerful stuff. You know, so you're saying you've gone to a place I cannot find. So again, it's that loss of control. You've got no control when, you know, you go into separation because they just don't want to be found. So you're saying that I've always been able to find you. So you feel very lost. And this is when, again, we have to succumb. We have to let go. We have to trust that there's something bigger than ourselves in charge of all of this. After all, the universe were the ones that synced everything up perfectly in the first place to bring you together. So you have to trust in the power of that. The grief has a gravity. It pulls me down. So you feel this grief, and I love that that's the word they use because it is like grieving. You know, you may have been through loss in your life, but it's nothing like the way you feel when you think you've lost your twin. Because remember, it's illusion. You know, it's your mind playing tricks on you because separation is illusion, no matter how much distance is between you. And it pulls you down like gravity. You know, it stops you from kind of moving off your feet or flying up in the air. It's like you get brought down to earth. You know, you have all these wonderful feelings of love and joy and bliss, and then you're pulled back down to earth like, wow. So it's like coming back to reality. What's happened? What's going on? It pulls you down into this darkness. And, you know, we all go through these feelings. You know, I remember when I was in separation from a catalyst, and I experienced everything on my journey with catalyst so I could come into union quicker and talk about everything. And I talk about my journey in a member's private video, you know, where if you remember, you can go and view that. But I remember sitting in a coffee shop and it was the worst pain I've ever felt. You know, being blocked and not having any control. And I was having, you know, suicidal thoughts. And that's not like me as a high vibrational being. And you know what I'm talking about. So, and that's when you succumb. That's when you find the answers. That's when the angels come in. They swoop in and save you because, you know, nothing's worth giving away your precious life for. But these are the feelings that go through your mind. And that's why I'm here to be able to give you this support because we all need it. you know, because people in our lives think we're going crazy. They don't understand, because the only people that understand a twin flame love are the twin flames. You know, the way you feel. This is why it's so powerful. And this is why, you know, you're always guided where you're meant to be. So the grief has a gravity, it pulls you down, but a tiny voice whispers in my mind. A tiny voice, that's the angels. That's your higher self. That's your connection with source. That's your guides. That's you knowing something bigger than you is watching over you. So when you're in the darkness and the depths of despair, and we all go through that, that's when the voice comes in your mind. And the voice says you are lost, hope is gone, but you must go on and do the next right thing. Wow, when this song was playing, I just had angel bumps, because I could really resonate with this message, because I've been through it myself, and I know you will too. You know, so this is saying that you must go on. You know, you are lost and hope is gone. So you feel lost in separation. You feel like all hope is gone, because all those dreams that you had together, all those plans that you created in your mind and visualized about, have all been dashed and they're all gone. Hope is gone. But you must carry on. You know, you must go on. So the angels are saying to you, you must go on. That's why you've been born. That's why you're here. And do the next right thing. And do the next right thing, which means you carry on. You don't focus so far ahead that it clouds your judgment or brings in fear. You calm down, you relax, you breathe, you meditate, and you do the next right thing. You focus on love, you focus on yourself, you find the way. You take baby steps towards what you want, and then the fog will clear. And it's really powerful, because the whole message of Frozen 2 is about this enchanted forest, and it's kind of covered in this fog. And the fog, like Elsa has to find all the answers and find the truth to lift this fog. And it's really powerful, because at the end the fog lifts. And, you know, in the 2021 overview video I did, I spoke about this fog lifting and clarity coming in. And I know a lot of you have been experiencing foggy weather. You know, we've had snow, we've had rain, and there's been fog around. So things are being lifted. So really powerful message in Frozen 2. And then he goes on saying, can there be a day beyond the night? So when the darkness comes, you think, can the sun come out again? You know, can hope come? Is there a new day? So you start thinking and questioning, can there be a better future? Because in your heart and soul, you know that you can overcome anything that you've been given to you. You know, you wouldn't have been given these challenges if you weren't strong enough to kind of get over them. You know, to rise above them, to find your way. And that's why you receive help from heaven always on your journey. You know, especially in your twin flame journey, but also in your life, you know. When I woke up spiritually, I went through a massive awakening at 23 and 30. I'm 44 now. So, you know, both times the angels came in for me. And without them, I wouldn't have got through. Because as a human being, even though we're a spiritual being having a human experience, the human side of ourselves can't do it on our own, because the ego creates the fear. So we have to listen to the voice. And people who are plugged into the matrix aren't listening to the voice. And that's why the universe needs twin flames in union to help them to hear the voice. The voice that's saying, you were lost, the hope is gone, but you must go on and do the next right thing. And there is hope beyond the night. I don't know anymore what is true. And that's the doubt. So that's the divine feminine doubting things. I don't know what is true. Well, I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know if this love is real. So you're questioning everything. I can't find my direction. I'm all alone. So you start wondering and worrying about the future. I can't find my way. You feel lost. You feel in fog. And you have to gain clarity. I'm all alone. And that's how it feels. That's why we seek out answers. That's why we're guided to soul family like the channel here. We find people who get it. And we don't feel as alone. Because it can be very kind of self-isolating. And look what's going on with the world energy right now. Isolation. You know, not being able to speak to people in person or be around people. So we need support systems, and the angels are always there. The only star that guided me was you. So you're saying to your masculine, you were the star that guided me. You were the only star that guided me. So this is about everything kind of going pear-shaped in your life because the things that you focused on are gone. And you're saying, you were everything for me and now you're gone. What do I do next? It's like when Edward walks out on Bella and New Moon and she's left there for those months where there's blank pages or she's spinning around in a chair in the film and you just see the months going by. She feels emptiness. So it's the emptiness that you have to sort out because when you tap in with heaven and you allow the angels to help you, they fill that emptiness up with other things like soul family or your mission, your purpose, career goals, something for you, something powerful. Your connection with them, will raise you up. The angels will complete you. Your connection with heaven will fill you up because you realise you are all you really ever need to make the next move, to follow your path. How do I rise from the floor? So it says how to rise from the floor. So this is about you saying, how do I get up? Well, in the Divine Feminine Power Messages, there's a card that says, Get Up Warrior. And this says, how to rise from the floor. This is when the angels come in. So Archangel Michael, the angel of strength, protection and power, will come in and help you to get up off the floor. Because when you're going through all this darkness, it's like you're on the floor and you need help, you need support, you need, power. Because you can't do it on your own. And Archangel Michael will give you the strength you need to get up. And that's why I say, get up warrior, get up soldier, you've got this, fight on. Fight on, know your power, know your worth, know your strength, it's within you. This is what you were born for. You can overcome any challenges that are thrown your way. So, but it's not you I'm rising for, just do the next thing. So you're saying, I know that I need to rise, not just for you, but for me. So you're saying to your mask, I need to do this for me, because it's who I am, and I'll start by doing the next right thing. And the next right thing is breathing, being calm, focusing on the next steps ahead of you, getting up, getting through this moment, being grateful, looking for things in your world to be grateful for. Learning to trust and have faith, and that will give you power. Take a step and step again. So this is about all you need is the next step. You don't need to see in front of you. When you're in foggy weather and you're driving in foggy weather, you don't need to see the road in front of you. You just need to see the next steps. When the lights illuminate the next steps. So the angels are saying we will give you guidance step by step. That's why the angels always give me information to pass on to you in snippets. Because if they gave me everything, it would overwhelm my human mind and I wouldn't be able to cope. So we're given the information we need, not the information we want. And that's why, you are shown things step by step, because the angels don't want to overwhelm your mind or, your brain. Because your brain and mind are powerful, but they're nothing compared with the divine. The divine knows all things. You know what you need to know to get you through, to take the next step. It's all that I can do to the next right thing. I won't look too far ahead. So again, it's about living in the now. So it's very powerful. And, it's right to visualize the future. But the angels are saying the power is in the now, in this moment, because we always stress over the past, because it can't be changed. And we always stress over the future because it's unknown. And there's another song I'm going to talk about soon called The Unknown, okay? So when we're in the moment, we feel safe. And that's where the power is. So the angels say, don't look too far ahead. It may be too much for you to take. It says, I won't look too far ahead. It's too much for me to take. So sometimes when you start thinking about things, it's fear. Especially when you're in separation, because you start panicking. What if I never see them again? What if this is over? What if it was never real? And it's the what-if scenarios created by the ego, the ego that edges the goodness out. And you may be eager to know. Thank you, angels. You may be eager or too eager to, to contact them. So you go into fear trying to wake them up or contact them or, get some form of closure, when all we have to do is succumb to let go, to surrender, to trust the universe to bring you together the way they did at the beginning. Because love never dies and love never fails. And love is forever. Love is, eternal. It's permanent. So powerful. So it says, but break it down to this next breath, this next step, this next choice is one that I can make. So you can make a choice right now in this moment to set yourself free. To set yourself free from the pain, the darkness, the struggle, the past, the future, and be in the now. And take the next right step, which means, focusing on the now and knowing that you are safe. Even using the affirmation, I am safe, calms you down. Or everything is always working out for me, calms you down, because it puts you into a state of peace. And you allow yourself to be flexible and adaptable, to change, to the unknown, to things coming in. So I'll walk through this night stumbling blindly towards the light. So you carry on, you walk through the night blindly sometimes because you don't know where you're going, you don't know what the future holds, but you walk towards the light, and the light is heaven. The light is always guiding you. The light is coming to you from your higher self, this voice of hope, this power. And with it done, what comes then? So another question, when I'm finding my way, what comes then? What's next for me? When it's clear that everything will never be the same again. So it's again that nothing will be the same again. I can't go back to how it was before my twin flame. So what do I do? And the angels say, just take the next step. Then I'll make the choice to hear that voice and do the next right thing. So the message is, make a conscious choice today to focus on love, to focus on the power of love, to focus on the power of the connection, to be grateful in this moment for the life you've been given, and to trust in who you are. So powerful. And they're giving me fear. So you have to make a choice to release the fear. And then we go on to, this is Indina Menzel. Obviously you've got Elsa with this beautiful voice singing into the unknown. Now when this come on, I had angel bumps, and I was just looking at George saying, that's the divine masculine, and he was just smiling, because it's so powerful. And this song, what happens is there's this voice calling to Elsa, okay? And she can hear it because she's magical. And remember, we're all magical. Your divine masculine is magical. They just don't know it yet. And you know it because you feel their light and their power. So this voice is calling to Elsa. And it's like, ooh, okay, it's this voice. And it reminds me, to be honest, of the Earth song by Michael Jackson. Oh, and that's one of the most powerful songs, in my opinion, that's ever been written, about the connection with the divine and the earth and all these things. So very powerful. But she keeps hearing this voice, and no one else can hear it. And that's the way the masculine is drawn to the divine feminine. It's like the silent call. The masculines hear you calling them, sending them love. You are the light, remember. And they are guided to your light. So the masculine is being guided to you through the things they feel, the way they kind of process things. Your light, your inner call. So when this kind of noise or this call was coming to Elsa, I was like, wow, that's the call of the divine feminine. It's like the siren's call. It draws them in. So she knew she had to follow this voice. And it's also like the voice from your higher self. So the masculine's higher self, remember, is always speaking to them. Sometimes, well, most of the time, it's speaking with the ego, but the higher self is guiding them. They've been born for their mission. Not just to be with you, but for their own mission. So they have to find their way towards their truth. And the voice they hear, or this kind of calling, it's like following their calling. And it's connected with you, it's connected with their psychic gifts, it's connected with who they truly are inside, that they're hiding away from. And into the unknown, remember, the masculines go into the unknown because they fear the unknown. The masculines are kind of clouded in fear. So the fog around the masculines is the fear of the unknown. So they are saying here, and this is what the song is, I can hear you, but I won't. So the masculines at times tend to hide away you know, or they go into this fear. You know, this is when they go into separation with you. They need to process everything. Or when they're hiding away from their truth and they're distracting themselves with other things, whether it be a karmic situation, you know, a job, you know, something they're doing, an addiction, gaming, whatever they're doing, you know, and they're saying, I can hear you, but I won't. So it's like they're being very childlike there and saying, you know, or like a teenager having a tantrum, you know, I can hear you, I know you're calling to me, but I won't. You know, I won't allow myself to listen. Why? Because they have to wake up in their own time, in divine time. This is why if we try and make our masculines understand before they're ready, you know, they're saying, I can hear what you're saying, but I won't listen to it because I don't get it yet. I'm not ready. You might as well bang your head on a wall. It's like trying to give someone, you know, a lump of gold when they're not ready for it. You might as well be giving them a lump of coal. So this is your masculine saying, I can hear you, but I won't. So this is how they find their way into the unknown. This is when they need space. You know, when they need time, they have to process it and work it out themselves. And I speak all about this in the separation series. Some look for trouble while others don't. So the masculines see this journey sometimes as trouble. Why? Because they know it's going to create upheaval in their life and they need to face their fears, the unknown, you know, the struggles within them, their true self. So they think, oh, that's trouble. I'm going to hide away from that because it's fear. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. So your masculine is saying, there's 1,000 reasons I should just go around my day and not listen to your voice, the whisper of my soul. And this is also, remember, the masculine speaking to their higher self. So it's not just about to the feminine. It's also to their higher self, because their higher self is whispering to them to wake up. You know, it's like there's a film, Vanilla Sky, thank you, that just popped in my mind. And it's saying, wake up, wake up. Because in that film, you know, he's kind of in this Matrix-style simulation. And it's like his higher self is saying to him, wake up, come back into the reality, come back into the real world. It's like Neo waking up in the Matrix for the first time. So he's saying, you know, there's 1,000 reasons why I should just ignore this connection and just go about my day and ignores your whispers, which I wish would go away. So your master is saying it would be so much easier, you know, if everything was smooth sailing. It would be so much easier. And it's so much easier when, you know, everything is working out nice and, you know, calmly and there's no kind of pain there. But that doesn't grow you. That's why a roller coaster doesn't go like that. You know, roller coaster is designed to go up and down and with twists and turns and go upside down to throw you around so you feel the adrenaline. So you grow, you achieve, you understand and you become wiser. And that's what the twin flame journey is. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. So this is also about the masculines trying to work out what this kind of message is, because it's not a voice, you know, it's a ringing in the ear, which is connected with the ear chakras opening up. It's a download from heaven. It's something else. You know, they can't make out what it is. So it's like this ringing that won't go away. It's something that won't go away in their mind that they have to pay attention to. So they have to pay attention to it. And if I heard you, which I don't, so again, denial there, I'm spoken for, I fear. I'm spoken for, I fear. Now, that could mean they're spoken for, they could be married, they could have a relationship, there could be a reason why they're staying away, but it's the fear, okay? It's the fear that's holding them back. So it's not really anything to do with the karmic situation or the karmic person, it's their own fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. So your masculine is saying within these walls. The walls are their self. Okay, their self, the barriers they put up to stop themselves from being hurt. Okay, so this is what they're saying. You know, you could think of that as everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. So you could think in their family unit, you know, if they're married, if they've got children. But the angels are telling me this is about within their walls, in themselves, their fears, things inside themselves, that they're afraid of being hurt again. They're afraid of taking down the walls and being vulnerable. I'm sorry, secret siren. Love it, secret siren. And this is a siren call. You know, this this calling, they're feeling the fear. So they're just giving me fear there. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. So this is when they block you. They block you, they ghost you, they block your calls, they block you on social media because they're saying, I'm sorry. So they're apologising for doing that. But it's like, I'm sorry, I can't cope. So this is when you have to understand that when they go through this, you have to give them the time, the space and the room they need to be able to process. That's what they do. They process it all. I've had my adventure. I don't need something new. So again, that's fear. You know, oh, I don't want another adventure. I don't want to get on the roller coaster. I'm afraid of the twists and turns and the ups and downs and those spinnies. You know, when you go upside down, I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you. So also saying, if I come to you, divine feminine, or if I follow you, my higher self, I'm afraid of losing my life, my 3D world, my stability, my, security. They're afraid of losing themselves. They go into fear, into the unknown. It says into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. So it's the unknown. And remember, the unknown is the future, and the future creates fear. So it's all illusion. What do you want? So your master is saying, what do you want? Not only to you, but to their higher self. What do you want from me? Because you've been keeping me awake. So your masculine is showing you that they're dreaming of you, and they're thinking of you, and they're having sleepless nights over you. They can't get you out of their head. And they also know they have a mission, a purpose, a reason, and they can't get that out of their head either. It's this kind of niggling feeling, this ringing in the ears. They can't break away from it. You are the elephant in the room that never goes away. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? So again, it's fear. What if I make a big mistake? What if I leave my life and it doesn't work out? What if she or he leaves me? Vulnerability, fear, abandonment issues, childhood wounds, core things. But the light, the wound is where the light goes in. Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me? So again, your masculine saying, are you like me? And that's because you were cut from the same cloth. You are the same soul. So your masculine knows that. And, also saying to their higher self, are you a bit like me? Because they are the same. Okay? It's the higher self and the ego fighting for answers. Who knows deep down, I'm not where I'm meant to be? So your masculine saying, I know deep down, I know that I'm not where I'm meant to be. So your masculine saying, I know I'm not meant to be here. I know I'm not meant to be doing what I'm doing. I know there's a mission. I know there's a reason, but I have to find it. Every day is a little harder as I feel your power grow. So your masculine is feeling the power grow. That's the power of the love, the power of the connection, your power when you're in your divine feminine power, and the power within them. So they feel something growing. So every day it's a little harder as I feel your power grow. That's why the divine feminine's job is to shine the light, to be the inspiration, to be the guide, to be the lighthouse. Because when your power grows, it's harder for them to hide, to deny it, to kind of hide themselves away, because they have been called to action. Don't you know there's a part of me that longs to go? So your masculine saying, don't you know? I long to be with you. I long to go into the unknown. I long to find this journey, but I'm afraid. Into the unknown, I'm afraid. Are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? So your masculine saying, can you show me? And this is why you're the light, because your light shows them. You being your powerful self and your truth and your integrity and your authenticity is what shows them. So powerful. So that's the next one. Angel bumps yet? Of course you have. I've got angel bumps just talking about it. Then we've got Christoph. Okay, Jonathon Groff. This song is Lost in the Woods. Now this one blew my mind because you've got all the reindeers in this one, which symbolise the stags. And this is really about separation, because, what happens here is you've got Christoph who wants to propose to Anna, but he doesn't know how. Or he can't find the way because things keep getting in the way. And then she kind of goes off on travels to the enchanted forest with Elsa without him even knowing about it. So he can't find her, and he's like, oh my goodness, I'm lost in the woods. My true love is gone. So this can represent both the masculine and the feminine and how they feel. And it says, again, you're gone off on a different path than mine. So I feel that's the divine feminine saying, again, you're gone. You know, so if they come to you and go again and come into, you know, separation, in and out of separation, in and out of communication, and you're like, again, you know, again, you've gone again. So it's like, oh, here we go again. Off on a different path than mine. Well, remember, all paths lead home. So you may be on different paths right now, but you're learning the lessons because all paths lead home. I'm left behind. So the feminine feels left behind, wondering if I should follow. So the feminine's there thinking, should I reach out? Should I contact my twin? What do I do? You know, should I follow? These are all the questions you go through. You had to go, and that's because you understand that on a soul level. You understand that they're giving me a blocked throat chakra. Just give me that right there. You know, when communication ceases. And they're giving me watery eyes. This is what I'm channeling. So this is when communication stops. This is how it feels. Powerful, okay? So the masculines feel this too. And that's what I'm channeling right now. This isn't just about the masculines going off on their merry way. This is the pain you both feel. So the throat chakra blocks up. The tears come. You know, they're giving me tears, especially in the right eye right now. Pain, okay? This feeling, you go through all these bodily sensations and it's painful. You had to go. So you understand that the masculines have to go. You know, they have to go to process it all. You had to go, and of course it's always fine. So you're saying it's always fine, you know, which is about your power as a divine feminine. It's always fine. That's okay. So your higher self is saying, I know you've got to go and process things right now. And I have too. And it's always fine. So this is about how you always forgive each other. You know, you always move past the struggle and the pain, no matter how hard it is, because the love is real and it's permanent. I probably could catch up with you tomorrow, but is this what it feels like to be growing apart? So you're saying, I could probably contact you, catch up to you tomorrow, reach out to you, but this is what it feels like to be growing apart. So you know that you're growing apart. And I really resonate with that, because when I was going into separation, before it happened, for about 2 months before it happened, I knew it was coming. And I know that a lot of you have said the same thing. You know it's coming because your soul needs it. And their soul needs it to do the healing. You know, no matter how powerful the connection is, you have to go your separate paths to heal. That's why separation heals. You know, I'd be surprised to find any twin flames that don't go through some form of separation, whether that's with their twin or catalyst before union, you know? So this is about knowing that. You can feel that you're being taken apart. And when did I become the one who's always chasing your heart? So you're saying, when did I become this person who's always chasing you? Because, you know, I can guarantee you that before, you probably weren't chasing anybody, you know, because you are a powerful warrior, you are sexy, you are beautiful, you are amazing. Why would you need to chase anyone? You know, so this is about you understanding that, wow, this is unlike anything I've ever felt. Why do I have this need to have them, to have their energy, for them to complete me? When did I become the one who's always chasing your heart? So you're realizing that you're chasing this connection, or you're realizing that you have things to heal within you, so that you allow your masculine the time, the space and room that they need. Now I turn around and find I am lost in the woods. So this is about that feeling of being lost that we spoke about at the beginning with, you know, just take it step by step and do the right thing. So you feel lost. North is south, right is left where when you're gone. So you'll say nothing makes sense when you're gone. You know, the north is south, so everything's upside down, everything's topsy-turvy. The right is left. It doesn't make sense when you're gone. And I'm the one who sees you home, but now I'm lost in the woods. So you're saying I'm always the one who's been there and picked up the pieces and helped you and been there for you. But now I'm lost in the woods, and who's there for me? So this is about realizing that, you know, the angels will guide you. You get your power from source. The masculines get it from you, but you get it from source, because you're the one that's always helping them. and being there for them. You may have helped them out financially with their mission, their work, their purpose, giving them clarity, helping them in some way, and then you feel like it's all being thrown back in your face. And you're saying, well, I'm lost now. What do I do? Who's going to be there for me? So this is also about you releasing fear and realising that you are not a victim. You are a soldier. You are a warrior. You are strong. I'm lost in the woods and I don't know what path you are on. So again, you don't know what's going on with them. You know, you don't know. You think, what are they doing? Who are they doing it with? What path are they on? But you have to trust that all paths lead home and the universe will find a way. Up till now, the next step was a question of how. I never thought it was a question of whether. So this is about the doubt. You know, you're saying, I always thought it was, how is it going to happen? But now I'm questioning if it's going to happen. Whether it will happen. Is it even real? So this is all the doubt that you go through. Who am I if I'm not your guy or your girl? Okay, who am I? If I'm not meant to be with you, who am I? You know, I don't know who I am. So you're finding yourself constantly. This is when you find yourself and your mission becomes clear, or your purpose, or what you should be doing in your career or your pathway. Where am I if we're not together forever? So it's like you can't see a future without them, and you don't know what the future will hold, because it's all about the fear of the unknown. And this is what the entire film is all about, the fear of the unknown. Now I know you're my true north, because I am lost in the woods. So you say you know that they are your true north, even when the topsy-turvy up and down, you're on the roller coaster ride, you know that they are your true north, so you have to keep moving forward. Focused on the truth, focused on the light. And that's also what the masculines do, because they know that you're their true north and they are following the North Star, which is you, their light, their lighthouse. It's really powerful. Up is down, day is night when you're not there. So you're saying everything's up and down. You know, everything's topsy-turvy. The day feels like the night. So even in the day when the sun is out, it feels like darkness. So this is overcoming the darkness. You're my only landmark, so I'm lost in the woods. So you're saying you're the one that, you know, you're my home. I'm lost. I don't know if I can find my way home. But he says, wondering if you still care. So again, that's all the doubt. Do they even care? You know, did they ever care about me? Did they use me? Was it all a dream? And these are the doubts you go through. But, and this gave me angel bumps, but I'll wait for a sign that I'm on your path. I'll wait for a sign. Wow. So this is about you understanding that the angels are speaking to you, that you're receiving signs that you're on the right path. When you see the number 17, when you see the stag, the promise of union, when you're seeing the bees, all these signs, the rainbows of protection. You know, when you're seeing all these signs, it's a sign that you're not only on the right path, but you're on their path, because all paths lead home. So it doesn't matter how many detours you go through along the way, you'll always get where you're meant to be. Because you are mine. You're saying you're mine, I know you are. So you feel it, because you are mine and I am yours. Until then, I'm lost in the woods. So powerful. So this is about finding your way and finding the light. Wow, this is a powerful read. It's a long one, but it's powerful. So the next one is Show Yourself. This is by Idina Menzel. This is kind of like the finale, and this is when Elsa finds a way to the truth. So this is what the masculines do. The masculines find their way to the truth. So when I heard this song, I had goose pimples and angel bumps, because it's not just about the masculine finding the feminine. It's the masculine finding their true self. And you'll resonate with this too, because, you know, when you go through your awakening, when you did, whenever that was, you went through these steps too. So this is about the divine masculine finding their way, going into the unknown, actually doing the work, and that's where they are now. So it says, every inch of me is trembling, but not from the cold. So they're trembling because they're afraid, but they're excited at the same time. So it's this excitement energy. Something is familiar. And this is when they remember you. This is when they start remembering why they were born, why they were incarnated, who they actually are. Like a dream, I can reach but not quite hold. So they know that this is real, but it feels like it's going to disappear. It's like when Bella says to Edward in Twilight, I'm afraid because I think you're going to disappear. because it feels like, wow, you know, it's wow. I can sense you there. So your masculine saying to you, I can sense you. You know, I can feel you. What I feel is real. I can sense you there, like a friend I've always known, and that's coming home. You know, that's that bond that you share unlike anything else. I'm arriving, and it feels like I am home. So your masculine is saying, wow, I'm coming home. I'm arriving now. I'm waking up. I'm understanding. I'm growing. I'm ready. This is the moment when they come out of hiding, when they unblock you, you know, when they stop ghosting you. And when they unblock you, still give them the space. Don't rush in. You know, as soon as they unblock you, don't be there like, woo, because they'll go into fear again. They have to find their way. This is exciting for the masculines. It's scary going into the unknown, but it's exciting too. I have always been a fortress. So your masculine saying, I've always been a fortress. I've always worn a mask. I've always had these barriers up, protecting my heart, protecting myself from vulnerability and pain. And I'm dying. It says cold secrets deep inside. So holding the cold secrets inside. What they guided me to there was, I'm dying to meet you. So even though they've got these barriers up, they're dying to meet you. You know, that means that they can't wait to be in contact with you. They can't wait to start your life together. They're dying to meet you in the physical, if you've only had an online connection. And they're also dying to meet their true self, the person that they are inspired to be by you. You know, their true self, their true north, who they truly are, their psychic self. So I've always been a fortress with cold secrets deep inside. So when they're indifferent, you know, they keep all the secrets inside. But you have secrets too, but you don't have to hide. So that's also like your masculine saying to the higher self, you know, these secrets, this is like their gifts and their intuition and everything they're opening up. And their higher self is saying, you don't have to hide. And it's you saying you don't have to hide. Be you, be the true you. Show yourself. So your masculine saying, show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. Not just to you, divine feminine, but to their higher self. Show yourself to me. Show yourself, it's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all of my life? So they're saying to you, I've been looking for you all of my life. Show yourself, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn my lessons. I'm ready to understand. But also to their higher self, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. It's our time. I've never felt so certain. All my life I've been torn. But I'm here for a reason. And could it be the reason I was born? Wow, angel bumps. Okay, the masculine saying, wow, I was born for this. And in my deck here, there's a card that says I was born to be with you. Because this is the masculines realising they were born to be with you. And they've never felt so certain. So they start becoming certain, focused, powerful about what this connection is and what they need to do and the decisions they need to make. All my life I've been torn, but I'm here for a reason. So they're saying they're not going to be torn anymore. You know, that ego pulling them one way, their higher self pulling them the other way. They're not going to be torn anymore. They know they're here for a reason, and that's the reason they were born. I have always been so different. So they know they've always been different. Just like you know you've always been different, divine feminine. You know, something different about us because we're tapped in with the divine. We're not plugged into the matrix. So they've known this even when they've been following the normal rules. Normal rules did not apply. So the masculines know they've always been fighting for something else. Is this the day? Are you the way? I finally find out why. Are you the way? Are you the truth? Are you the light? Are you what I'm seeking? So the masculine speaking to the divine feminine and their higher self. Show yourself because I'm no longer trembling. So your masculine saying, I'm overcoming that fear. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm excited. I'm ready. Here I am. I've come so far. So that's about really appreciating yourself for what you've done. So this is also about you, divine feminine, being respectful of your twin and the time it takes, and about having compassion and empathy and being proud of them for getting this far. You are the answer I've waited for all my life. So this is the answer, their truth. They've waited for this all their life. From the moment they were born, they've been seeking you out, searching for you, finding you and their self. Show yourself, let me see who you are. Come to me now and open your door. open the door. So this is a sign of communication, you know, moving together, power. And I love how in Frozen 1, there's that song, Love is an Open Door. This is the door being open. This is about the feminine welcoming the masculine with open arms and forgiving them for the past. Don't make me wait one moment more. So that, you know, your masculine saying, I'm ready, I don't want to wait anymore. Come to me now, open your door. So I feel that's a huge sign about, you know, coming back together. And it says here, where the north wind meets the sea, there's a river full of memory. Come, my darling, homeward bound, I am found. So this is about you two coming together, you know, through that stormy sea. The lighthouse guiding the masculine home. So beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed that, because, wow, that's given me angel bumps speaking about it. So let's do the cards then, because every day I'm shuffling. So a really powerful message there that should blow you away, because it blew me away, and it should give you some power. So what do we need to know about the connection? What's the energy around the connection today? And it's you deserve your love. Wow. So this is a great day to focus on self-love, because you deserve your love. And the angels are saying that to you. Remember your power. Remember your worth. Remember your strength. What do the masculines want to say to you today? Okay, what do the masculines want to say to you today? There we go. Wow, you are my future. Love it. You are my future divine feminine, and I see you everywhere. Wow. So beautiful. You know, let me put this up, because this is what the angels are saying. Your masculine is saying to you, you know, you deserve your love. You deserve that divine feminine. You deserve that. And your masculine knows that they deserve your love. So this is also being deserving of each other's love. And your masculine saying, you are my future, and I know that because I'm seeing you everywhere. So the masculines right now are seeing you everywhere. The signs that they see on the TV, on social media, everywhere they go. They can't get away from you, because you are the elephant that's in the room. So feminines, what do you want to say to your masculine today? Wow, you have taught me so much about who I am. Absolutely beautiful. Okay? You have taught me so much about who I am. And that's why you are my future. So how true is that? You know, as a divine feminine, we learn the lessons just like I've just spoke about in those songs. You find your way. So let's do a card for the divine feminine. Okay, I've got 2 cards coming out here. Let's do messages for the divine masculine. Okay, it's just stuck in the middle there, won't come out, there we go. And for the journey, what do we need to know? Wow. So for the feminine, we've got, wow, look at this, have faith. Okay, so beautiful, have faith. And I love this because, you know, they're saying, I see you everywhere, so have faith. And, you know, you've taught me so much about myself. And you are a magnet, what you give out, you get back. What a beautiful message. So feminines, this is for you. What you give out, you get back. So remember that you are creating and manifesting your dreams. That's what 2 and 7 means. So you're manifesting your dreams. When you give out love, you get love back. When you notice love, you get love back. So everything you give out, you get back. So have faith in this connection. And we've got for the masculines, the angels are with you. Wow. The angels are with you. So we've kept having this coming out. You know, the power of heaven. So this is saying here, the angels are all around the masculines. They're all around the connection. There's nothing to fear. And for the journey, we've got creation. Look at that for powerful new moon. And it's a new moon now. There's things being created. And we've got pay attention to the signs. Wow. Pay attention to the signs. And the masculines are saying, I see you everywhere. You know, I see you everywhere. Pay attention to the signs. Things are being created right now. There's power coming in. There's amazing power and faith. So remember, they've taught you who you are. You're learning. You're creating. You are creators. There's power. And the angels are all around you. So have faith. Know your worth. You deserve your love. And be like Anna and find the right way. So just follow things and do things the right way, and everything else will fall into place. Keep shining your light. The power is in your hands. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.